So in blistering conditions on Saturday night, with the final kick of the game, Emmet Bradley slots over the winner for Glen. They beat Naomh Conaill by 10 points to a goal and 6. An absolute arm wrestle of a contest. But Glen got over the line. What did you make of this one?
I actually enjoyed this game. I watched, this was the only game I actually watched in full over the weekend, over the minor games and stuff like that over the weekend just gone. And I was actually intrigued by this. I know a lot of people didn't like the style of play and stuff like that, but what I liked about both teams, once they got the ball from defence, they broke quickly. Naomh Conaill especially were absolutely outstanding at it. But in fairness, like they got a few wides at the start. Kieran Thompson's taking most of their shots. And what I want Kieran Thompson, he probably epitomised in this game what a good player he is. Like that last point he got, outstanding technique, I have to say. And one of the points he got in the first half was absolutely brilliant as well. Watty Glen obviously showed a lot of desire to get back into the game. Stevie O'Hara got one of the points. I think it was 5 points in the last few minutes. I think Stevie O'Hara got a point, Kieran Thompson got another one, and it was end to end really until Emmet Bradley hit that last minute point. And what a man to get that score. In fairness to Colin Mulholland had another good game as well. Joey McDermott, like 2 of their subs actually got on the scoreboard Watty Glen, and it probably just shows their depth in the panel to get players to come onto the pitch and get scores when they needed them. But the penalty, it probably was a penalty. It was a smart move by Naomh Conaill actually to put John O'Malley took the penalty. It was AJ Gallagher that went into the square. Smart move, bold move, and from full back. He probably has never played there in his life. But, you know, he went in there, he caused a lot of havoc to the Watty Glen defence. They got the penalty, John O'Malley stuck it away, and you were thinking then, could the shot be on? And a lot of people kind of disrespected Naomh Conaill because of how Donegal champions have done poorly over the last few years. But they also get started the game, the quality they had, the experience they had. Anthony Thompson, centre-back, like an All-Ireland champion. Like, that's amazing to have. Leo McClune as well in midfield, another All-Ireland champion. And I actually see Jimmy McGuinness go around the Naomh Conaill team at the end of the game as well. I'm not sure, did you see that on the clips in RT? So, you know, if he was involved as well, that's some coup to get him involved. But
he's having a word with Kieran Thompson.
Possibly, yeah. Or maybe Leo McClune or Anthony Thompson come back into the panel. We need you.
Maybe.
Possibly. Yeah, so
McClune definitely. I like it. McClune. I know Thompson is a bit further along, but I feel like McClune maybe. I feel like Anthony Thompson is kind of winding down. Maybe, you never know. Like, I mean, Cluxton came back, but I think it's an outstanding victory for Glen. Like, this game was definitely a tricky one, and like the reality is, Carrigan beat Naomh Conaill last year, which didn't look great for them. But when you see how close Carrigan pushed Glen this year, all of a sudden kind of adds up, right? Like that these games could be tight. But like going into that final now, Glen, Scotstown, first take when we're still as far away as we are, speaking on the 27th of November, who are you backing from the outset for that game?
It's probably the provincial final that is so difficult to call.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, this is basically, I would say, out of my rankings out of the top 8 club teams at the moment, I would rank Glen as number 2 and Scotstown as number 3. That's how close this game is. It really is a close game. It's a tough one.
So I do honestly agree with you. I think it's like, I would probably say Glen are more likely to beat Kilmacud.
Yeah.
But I think in a once-off game like this, Scotstown might have their number. It's really difficult to call. I'm going to go Glen just because I've gone Glen from the get-go. But Scotstown have emerged as like a, whoa, where were these? Like, where were these all this time? Where were they last year? How did Ballybay get out?
Yeah. Exactly, that's what everybody's probably thinking at this stage. Like, Ballybay were in a relegation playoff as well, which makes it even more extraordinary in its own right. It's a really tough one to call. The thing is, though, I backed Watty Glen from the offset to win the All Irelands.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a difficult one. I would say right now Watty Glen, but I think I'd agree with you that Scotstown on a one-off game could take and could be their number, definitely.